everyone. Welcome to Generation Dan, a podcast where we get a Gen Xer, a millennial, and some kind of time god as we talk about different generational topics along with a guest. I'm Atlas Novak. I'm your millennial. Who else is here with me?
I'm Dino, the Genetic Marvel. I'm your Gen Xer.
I'm Cole Clayton, under Sniffing Glue 22.
And our guest today... Sorry, what?
Hi, I'm Orchid Cameron. I'm a mom and a stand-up comic. Am I the timeless person? Is that...
No, you're the guest. He's the time god. Cole's the time god.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just the guest with no generational lady doesn't tell her age. Is that what?
Some people do.
Do we still do that? Are we allowed to do? Is that supposed to still do that?
Yeah.
I think you're
God.
not supposed to out me for my age. That is 42 years old. Don't tell anyone I'm 42 years old.
Listen,
Orchid, you're an extra like Dino is.
listen. You win. We're the same age, and I have this face. You're good. You could just say you're 42. Okay, you don't
I'm
have
42.
to throw it down like that.
I look
Really?
fucking awesome. I have visible abs. It's just like,
It's true. They're fantastic.
So,
She's like a
when did you
cheeseburger.
learn you were some sort of sorceress? When did this happen? Was it like a rite of passage, or like did you kill another sorceress?
But a lot of my stand-up is based on that people think I'm a white person, but I'm actually Asian American. And people don't believe me even when I tell them, they don't believe me. But once I say I'm 42, they're like, "Oh, I believe you. You're Asian now."
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh, that tracks."
Wait, so you have abs and you have children? You can do that?
Dude, you haven't even heard about my vagina yet, but like everything's intact and better than brand new. Yes. Yes.
I like this
for
one.
Sure.
It's like porcelain.
More like an octopus or a squid that can like squeeze. I'm just saying. I teach yoga for vaginas. That's all I'm saying.
The vice grip vagina. There's the episode. There's the episode title.
That's
like
better than the gorilla grip.
I feel like that's a type of like Krav Maga, maybe or something.
They teach it in the military.
Everything about me is buff. That's all I'm saying. You know.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Listen, I used to tell a joke where I was like, and it was someone that was like, they were very muscular and it was a woman. I'm like, listen, that's the kind of person who walks into a hospital, like, just smacks her gut. The kid goes flying out, and she's like, "Good game, high five to everybody." Boom, I'm out, wraps up, and then just like, and just rips the umbilical cord with her teeth and walks out. So that's you. Like I said, that's cool. And I think I downloaded that today. Somebody posted it's like it was a mock-up of like a Tinder bio where someone's like, "Listen, I'm 9 feet tall and I will give you Viking children, but at the same time, I have 19 dirt bikes. All of them have flames on the side. Like it's not going to go good." And you're going, "Oh, so she just destroys men, except if you survive. If you survive, you'll get Viking children." You're like, that's a good. I feel like life needs more of those trials where it's like, listen, man, either you pass and land of milk and honey, or you don't, and back to the internet.
Well,
or something,
I'm not a Viking. I'm 5'5". I'm 110 pounds. I'm still tiny and feminine. I just have skills. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, that's
It's
fair.
a feminine height for sure. Yeah.
It's a feminine height.
But I don't know. I like it when girls are tall. That doesn't mean that's like the only way that a girl is hot. But I dated somebody who's 6 foot one time, and I got to say, when everything lines up, pretty nice.
That is the weirdest statement you've ever said.
No, it's great. That's nice. I mean, a lot of tall girls are not treated well, so that's a good compliment.
Alice just likes dudes.
Alice is
doesn't
the
realize
hero.
Honestly, Cole, there's like a 50-50 shot at that, I think. Like,
it's fine. I've wanted to go that route a long time. I just can't do it.
My mom married a guy with the last name Beard, and he turned out to be gay. I swear to God, this is real. So, it's in my DNA, definitely.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Relationship
He's not my
puns.
dad, obviously, but
Relationship
I
puns.
was about to
are
say,
your
wait.
yeah. No.
Yeah, like how do you?
Life is just too weird.
I can't deal. Like This is why I'm like, if anything happens to my wife, I'm like, oh, I'm done. That's never anything.
You'll never date again.
No, I'll just never interact with anyone again. I'm just gonna go into a hole or something because I'm like, this is too confusing at this point. And even if someone was like, oh, I like you, and I'm like, Viper, something's happening. I'm under attack. I don't know. It's just
Dino,
weird.
you're at that age where, like, if something does happen to your wife, you could very well never marry again, though. So,
Oh,
careful what you wish
I'm
for.
fucking
I could
Thelma and
see him-
Louise right off the cliff. Right?
I
don't
could
give a
see him
shit.
being like a bitter lighthouse keeper. Like you're a widower, you live in a lighthouse, you're like curmudgeonly to all that cross your path.
I'd like to be a caveman in the woods. I think I could really, but I'd teach classes or something like how to survive. Like it'd be great. But then every once in a while, do something
So
cool.
it's like
I don't
Bear
know.
Grylls meets like I don't know.
The Grinch. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's good.
It's not going to be a welcoming environment.
So Cole, I resent what you said about Dino being the age that he should just give up because I'm the same age.
Well, okay, but
Different
Dino's
circumstances. Yeah.
Dino doesn't exercise,
Yeah.
so
Listen. You
he's not
still
got a lot
have
going
like
for him.
the outfits to do the stuff. I'm like me. I've retired in my outfit. I'm like no. That just it's in a box now. I don't.
You
I put
could
it
borrow
away.
Dino
my
doesn't
yoga
even wear
pants.
pants.
You could borrow my yoga pants. It's fine. They're stretchy.
Like for gloves? You're tiny. I'm a giant. Are you crazy? Listen, there's no one in my household I can't wear as a backpack. You got to understand, right?
Oh,
My wife's
really?
Asian too. Everyone's very, very small. So they're like, oh, they
Yeah,
can't
he's
move.
like
I'm like,
6'3" or something.
scope him
Right?
up
Oh,
and just
really?
like, do. Yeah, I'm a very weirdly shaped giant. So it's like I'm very large, but I'm also like broad. I make a good door. Like I just, I'm like, if I do this, like, it's good.
Yeah, he lives at the top of a beanstalk.
I would love to be that tall. Are you kidding me? It'd be great. Fun experience. Anyways, we have
Fee,
questions.
fi, fo, fum. I put together Legos on stream. That almost rhymes. God damn it.
It's close enough. Let's
It's
be
close
honest.
enough, yeah.
Let's go. Let's start with our
Let's
questions.
ask some questions of our guest. What's an embarrassing song from your playlist?
Oh, okay. So I'm a person who I listen to a lot of hip hop. I listen to Big Energy on repeat. Every song I listen to is 100% that bitch esque, like Lizzo, Doja Cat, Sweetie, Queen Herbie, Megan Thee Stallion, Flo Milli, all those things. Classic,
Love all those things.
Missy Elliott. But the most embarrassing song I listen to on my playlist is Annie's song by John Denver. And I was it's so not hip hop, but I actually Googled it to read the lyrics and I realized you fill up my senses like a walk in the forest. They're all about how great I am still. They're still like narcissistic, borderline personality disorder. It's like the borderline personality disorder of a song. Like it's in love with me, like 100% in love with me.
Do you just listen to any love song and you're like, that's about me? Like, just
No. It has to be detailed. You know, like yeah, like like the.
He obviously was stalking you. It's fine. It's
yes.
I
I
get
must be stalked.
Listen, it's the same thing with like it was that Dave Chappelle skit where the guy's like Tupac, but you're like, hey, you're describing what's happening now. This is weird now.
Yeah. So my last boyfriend, like maybe the second, third time we were having sex, while we were having sex, he would pull out his phone and he'd be like, here's a poem I wrote for you, and he'd read it while he was having sex with me.
While his dick
was his last name
inside
Beard,
you?
and was he secretly like? That's a
No.
weird name.
Bad Dino.
That's Los Angeles, though.
No, that's borderline personality disorder. So he was like in love with me, like I'm an amazing person, or
That's
I
the
was
worst.
the evil enemy. I'm one or the other. That's what borderline personality disorder is. Like I love you, or like why are you trying to ruin my life? So like I get seduced by the I love you phase, and then I'm like, oh.
So he was
I
a comic,
forgot
is what you're saying.
He was a comic.
Yeah, well, there you
I was
go.
about to say, guys, I think I need to go see a therapist.
Dude,
again.
that's the same thing. I was like, oh,
Did you
Yeah.
just get diagnosed with borderline personality
I
disorder?
think I did, yeah,
Cole
I
and
think I did.
Dino?
Listen, I'm finding there's a lot of descriptive words that I'm learning that I'm not comfortable with. Because I prefer just going, I just don't feel great. And people were like, hey, you know what that might be? And I'm like, you know what? Every time that conversation happens, I don't enjoy it. So I'm just going to say,
if everyone in your life, you either love them or hate them, you might have borderline personality disorder. You really might.
Hence why I should be, for a cave ogre, I think is the life for me, and just away from everyone.
How good is your Scottish accent if you're going to do an ogre? That's Oh, I broke him.
Pretty good. Don't worry.
I could be Donkey for sure.
You would definitely be Donkey, you dickhead. It'd be perfect.
So is it British or Scottish or Irish?
Hey, Mike Myers,
Scottish, yeah.
I'm in Toronto, Canada, okay? Mike Myers literally grew up 2 exits down the highway from where I am right this second. So really, it's just Canadian and made up. It's fine. It's Canadian, not Scottish or anything. Ogre. It's just Canadian made up. It's fine.
So you're going to retire from comedy and be an ogre full time, is what you're saying?
God, if I could make a living at that, yeah, that'd be great. Like, that's why I'm like, listen, like, I feel like that should have been where, like, goat yoga started. In the woods, led by an ogre. That makes sense. Like, people are like, oh, I do goat yoga on a farm. You're like, get the fuck out of here. That's not how that works, right? It should have been in a forest with an ogre.
What is that, the greatest of all time yoga?
No. Bro.
God damn it.
Videos that will never leave your mind because goats will be on top of people and then poop on them. And they're like, it's yoga. It's okay. You're like, it's not. It's gross. You're all weirdos.
That is disgusting.
That does sound pretty gross.
Yeah. So.
Hey, man.
That's another question. Like, what's something you like to do because you're a grown-up and no one can stop you?
It's so funny because I actually think about this a lot. I'm an overachiever and a workaholic. Like, I straight up am a workaholic. And I thought this maybe a year ago. I was like, I'm gonna eat candy and watch HBO. And then I was taken aback.
I can do that.
How vanilla I am. I'm so strict with myself. I don't eat carbs ever. I don't eat sugar ever.
That explains a lot.
I don't have a couch. No, I don't own a couch. So like, I just see TVs. Like, people have couches surrounding their TV. It's like an altar. It's like you're worshiping the god of American fat assery, And so I'm just like, awesome. I'm a champion. I don't even have a TV, like I get like, but then when I'm like, like luxury time is like watch HBO. And then I'm like, I'm going to eat a cookie. Like, no one can tell me no. But like, honestly, grown up, like, if people come to my house because I don't have chairs, I don't own chairs. I teach yoga in my living room. I make people do chair pose at my house. I also
what about like eating something? Do you just walk around with the food and like
who has time to eat? But I do, and I also teach pole dancing. So I'm just like, listen, either do yoga or get on that pole.
I'm coming over for this.
Orchid, I feel like you're overcompensating to be like, no, I'm very Asian. It's like that sounds. Listen, I have a house with like 3 couches. Not one of them can I sit on and be like comfortable for more than 5 minutes. And I'm like, why do you buy couches like this? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Every white person goes through this.
No, Asian family members. That's
oh, you have Asian family with uncomfortable couches?
Yeah. It's horrible.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know about that. I just don't have any couches. It just
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't own any chairs either, other than the one I'm sitting in. That's just poverty, but you gave me a really good excuse for when people come over. So
chair pose, yeah.
I am a yoga instructor.
Let's see. I have 2 armchairs that they were my mom's, and then she bought 2 armchairs, and I was like, "Can I have the other 2?" And she was like, "Sure." I have 4 like dining chairs, or just chairs around my kitchen table that are not matching. Like, they don't match with the table at all. It's just chairs that I picked up from this or that. That's 4 different chairs.
You have bachelor chairs.
I do.
That's a white guy thing where you're like, oh yeah, I just found these cool chairs. And now
wait, do you live with your girlfriend, Atlas?
I do.
Now.
Yes.
And she lets you do that?
It's not like she had any chairs. So
for now,
man, LA is so bad.
Yeah, and the couch was hers. So like, I brought the armchair. She had the couch. I brought the
women always have furniture.
Not me.
Well, it's not
Not
for
you.
it's
Chair
for
for-
Orchid.
Wait. Hold on.
She's top of her
Stop.
game. Yeah.
I do have one chair. That's the lap dance chair. I do teach
Okay.
pole and lap dance, so it's an active chair though. It's not
Something that you wouldn't want to maybe shine a black light on, I'm guessing?
Well, like was it a good class? Was it not a good class? That's kind of explains it. I don't know.
Christ.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So,
Yeah, so that's my I'm a grown up. I'm gonna watch TV.
I'm trying so hard not to catch
Try
a
a
sexual harassment
sing-so.
charge today.
God. All right.
Are
That's
you
fun.
three feeling sexually harassed right now? Sorry.
No, it's
what
quite
was-
the opposite.
what was the first time you felt like an adult or someone looked to you as the adult in the room?
First of all, am I an adult? Like, who
There you
says? Yeah.
Also,
Like,
fair point.
when I first graduated from college, I graduated in 2008, which I don't know if you
Oh my
remember
God.
2008, but that was the
Oh, no.
downturn of the economy. Half of LA Unified LA Unified School District was laid off. Half the teachers were laid off, and I planned on being a sub teacher while pursuing acting. So that was scary, right? To graduate in 2008, but I managed to get a teaching job anyway at a performing arts high school. I taught screenwriting and film directing, which was, I felt pretty badass to get that job. But
Yeah.
I was still playing teenagers on TV, like in my late 20s,
Which
early
you
30s.
still do now, I'm sure.
And I had to wear my badge, my teacher badge, because when I was in like the teacher's lounge, people would try to kick me out, and I'd be like, I'm a teacher. I'm allowed to be here. I'm just like stomping, like I am a grown up. So yeah, I don't usually get respect in that way, like as an adult. But just 2 days ago, I was doing a club as a stand-up, and this boy, I think he was 21 exactly. And I just cracked a joke. I'm like, yeah, I book comedy shows, so you should learn how to kiss my ass. It was totally a joke. I don't need him to kiss my ass. But then he came up to me again. He's like, how do I kiss your ass properly? I don't know what it's like for people your age. How do you need your ass kissed? And I'm like, first of all, don't
There's
call
no
me
way that
people
ends
your
well.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, don't
Yeah,
say
that's
people your
number one.
age
Yeah.
when you're trying to kiss my ass. Like, don't call me old to my
No.
fucking face.
That's the
Wait,
thing about our
say
generation,
back on
mine
the
and
show.
Atlas's generation, man. We try too hard to like please everybody. We're just like, can we? Everybody does this, and everybody be nice, and it's weird. It's fucking
also
weird.
It's also very unsuccessful because it's very
Yeah,
fun
it's not-
for people my age. It's really fun to watch people your guys' age trying to please everyone. You're going, well, that's not working at all.
Well,
You're just going,
Yeah.
oh, it's a
It's
great
just
show
being-
because you're just like,
yeah.
oh, and they're like, hey, do you want to help? You're like, no.
And we all have anxiety, and we wonder why.
He called me old, so I grabbed him by the ear and called him
Oh,
a darn whippersnapper. You know, like,
That seems reasonable.
and I sent a telegraph message about
Wait,
what a
so
rascal he was
Faxed his
being.
mother.
How did he call you old? Like, what did he? What was it? What
Just
was
he
it?
said,
By saying
I don't
your
know
age, right?
what people your age
Yeah.
like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's clearly he was calling me old, and I'm like,
Well, how old was he?
He was
It doesn't
21. I'm
matter.
42, so I'm over twice his age. So like, I get that I'm.
he
Those
does not remember
motherfuckers.
9/11. He's a Zoomer. It's
Yeah, that's a different. I'm old to those guys. I got a sister's 20, and she calls me old all the time.
yeah.
I'm like,
no,
I'm
it's
not even
definitely-
30 yet. Like, calm
No,
your
totally.
tits.
People who are like,
But you're
I'm
a time guy.
29.
You've seen everything.
So many people are like,
Yeah.
I'm 29, 30, I'm
Yeah.
gonna die. I'm just gonna kill myself. I'm like, 30, you've just begun living.
Yeah.
You know, like 40s are great. Being in your 40s is awesome. You know yourself better. You feel more confident about
That's
yourself.
a lie.
And that's not a lie. Dino, you just
Bullshit.
said you are happy
Mm.
with your wife. She gets you. You have a good life now.
yes.
If you didn't have your wife, you would have to start over again as though you were 20 and didn't know shit. So, like, you were happier in your 40s than your 20s.
Listen, but now like I can afford nice hookers, so it's fine. 'Cause now I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. If anything happens to my wife,
He,
I'm like,
he
oh
can
yeah, no
afford to
problem.
be on the chair in the lap
Listen,
dancing
just
class.
so you understand that. Like, listen, lately in my spare time, I'm building Lego, like not like cool shit, and I'm just like, and people are like, that's awesome. I'm like, I know. They're like, how much money you spend? I'm like, too much. It's just, yeah, I'm stunk it. It's not. It's very irresponsible, but
So you're all
whatever.
about the Lego right now. That's
I'm
your.
just having. You know what? Like, I'm not sure why, but I was just like, I haven't built it since I was like 6. So.
Yeah.
And that was a very different time. And now I'm just like, I'm building cool shit all the time.
I feel like,
You
I feel like
you
your
build
40s
Lego
is-
on your YouTube channel, don't you?
Yeah.
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 But
Build
You
it.
might get paid to do it someday or another.
Well,
just to-
like that's the whole idea is where I'm just like, I'm just trying to do something that's fun and enjoyable because at this point I'm like, like anyone, I'm sure Orchid, you could definitely attest to this. Is anyone who comes up to you and has this expectation of you having to do something to please them? As soon as I hear that, I'm like, I will ruin your day on purpose. you like the audacity of you think I should please you. Oh, in my day, I would have beaten you and go and like with your own fists, just go, why are you hitting yourself, dummy? Why are you hitting yourself? Be like, no. And now I'll be like, well, that's an interesting point, but I think I'm just gonna leave. And you can just walk away from things. That's what you learn at this age, right? So it's great. That's why people are like, I don't like what you're doing. You're like, I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter.
I'm
feel
not
like
there
it's-
yet, man. I still am. So, like with women, so I don't know if you've read the book, The Female Brain, but little boys' brains.
I have heard of
You
it.
think
yeah.
I can
so
read?
little-
You think I can read? Come on, Orchid.
So little boys' brains chemically reward them every time they cause conflict. So every time they cause conflict, ding, little chemical reward. Little girls, every time they smooth over conflict, ding, little chemical reward. It doesn't
You're
go
saying
away for
we've been created
women.
perfectly.
It doesn't go away for women until menopause. So when women are like, "Oh, I wish I could stop being a people pleaser," she can't. She's a crackhead for people pleasing. So I have not gone through menopause yet. Thanks for laughing at that punchline, Atlas. I appreciate it. So yeah, but it's true. I still have a little bit of. I do need to please people still. I unfortunately still am fertile in my 40s, and I still need to please people. Like I don't know.
You're gonna hit menopause and you're gonna double down because it just gets insane. But you know
I
what?
hope,
Hey, there is light after that. It goes fine.
I hope and look forward to the time where I don't give a shit about what people think about me. Like I have a little bit of that now, but it's not totally there.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's
pretty dope.
Sounds relaxing. Sounds relaxing.
It so is.
No,
You know, the other thing is I kind of think it's empowering for women. Not that you're old, but as you age, it's more empowering for women. But because, like you said, you stop worrying about all the things that you need to be done for other people. Whereas with men, if you can't tell, I'm the only one here, male-wise, who has a hairline. So, like, it's just not good for us as we get older.
That's a hairline.
That is not a hair. That is a widow peak.
Bro,
Yeah.
I could buy the scalp of a homeless person. It doesn't make a difference. Yeah. Like, it's fine.
I feel like
that hair's lush, baby.
I had to bash them. I had to do it.
Isn't a widow's peak a hairline? What's the?
It's a hair highway. It's going. It's going.
That is Bruce Willis from Die Hard at best, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know how much women care about hair. I don't mind when people are losing their hair at all because usually guys who lose their hair have higher testosterone.
That's true.
So
it upsets us, though. Let's put it like that.
I don't know.
Mine's getting thinner.
I think if it's gonna happen to me, I'm just gonna go full Walter White and just like shave.
Yeah, go for it.
Hey,
exactly. So like I have a fairly high drive. So if I see a guy with no hair, I'm like, maybe we can match. He's got higher testosterone, so I'm not worried
shave
about.
My head right now.
Go to Cleveland.
Yeah, so I don't.
She would destroy you. Oh my god,
that's fine. I'm used to it at this point.
if guys have hair or not, I don't care. I don't care if people are tall or short or even or fat or thin or even male or female. I just want people to understand my literary references. Like that's
Yeah,
that's reasonable.
I was there for most
fair.
of them, so
That's called love.
I'll understand.
No, that's see, this is the weird part, is that you can't. It's a weird conversation to have, especially like with strangers. You can have the conversation and be like, oh, these are expectations. This is how my universe works. But then talking amongst like in the situation, you're like, oh, that's a fucking nightmare. I don't know. I find the whole thing is very peculiar, right? Just, and especially now with how different things are with the environment. Like, God, I can only imagine people like these. I hear stories from these two, Orchid, about dating, or not from both of them, but from Cole and a few others about dating. And I'm like, and some guys are older, and I'm just like, oh, just fucking never.
I'm so jaded.
Become a librarian and just
take anything I say.
Oh, it's I can only imagine.
I went on a totally lovely first date today. I went on a lovely first date, and then I looked at the dating app, and this other guy was like, hey, so I just noticed that I forgot about my rules, and I see that you're vegan and you have 2 kids. Frowny face. He put a frowny face emoji. And I just wanted to be like, this is what I wanted to say. I just was like, okay, thank you for letting me know your boundaries, right? That's what I said. But what I wanted to say is like, thanks for letting me know you don't know how to read. Because the first 2 things on my profile say, you don't.
It was made for that.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, see, it's just like, thanks for letting me up front. You're a piece of shit who doesn't know how to read. Like, just thank you for letting me. It's just like, it's so annoying. Like, the thing is the subtext is like, he was trying to be like, it's not a big deal. It's just because you have kids and you're vegetarian. But it's really saying like, oh, it's just because I don't like who you deeply are as a person. Like
that's kind of. I feel like that's the problem. People are like, "Hey, listen, I know those are really a part of your whole identity, but like, we can still do stuff." And you're like, "No, I don't think that's how that works." And people, the best part is people are like, "Oh yeah, of course you can still go out." You're like,
"No,
Was he like 20? Like, how old was he?"
No, he's my age.
And he's
I guess
but a lot of people our age are retarded. Like they're dumb.
He's worried about
to read.
In his 40s, he's worried about somebody who has children. Like, because even at my age, I run into that situation where people are like, "Oh, you have a kid? That's weird." I'm like, dude, we're getting to that point. You know what I mean? Where you're just gonna have to be a step parent at some point in your life.
Neil Brennan has this really great joke where he's like, he's never been married and doesn't have kids, and he feels like women are suspicious of him. He's like, people would have rather me have been married, kill that wife, rather than to have. I think it's a great joke because I do think some women treat men that way, right? But
it's accurate.
I don't. No, it's not. I just think it doesn't.
It's serial killer.
Some women have that attitude, but I don't. I just feel like. I have been married. I have had kids. I don't think it has soiled my body. I don't think it has like ruined my day. In fact, you can see right away I'm a good mother. Like you see with me with my child, I'm a good mother. You can see I have stayed fit even though I've had 2 kids. You can, you know what I mean? Like,
but you're like one person out of like a lot different of a mean center amount of people, right?
Well, I can tell you right now, you feed your kids better than you feed my kids. My kid had a hot
Actually,
that's probably true.
That's a good thing to bring up.
Over here.
It's true. My kids are superhuman, Cole. So I feel like my kids can read better than that guy who turned me down for having kids.
Your kids can probably read better than I can, to be honest.
If they're only a quarter Asian, for sure.
True.
That's just science. That's how science works.
True.
My kid reads better than I can, actually. So
my kids are really smart, and they're smart and talented and articulate. So if they're my boyfriend can't be not smart. You know what I mean? Like that's embarrassing if my kids are smarter.